when you give birth, but to see it, really see it, the miracle of it, because nobody's doing it. It's, you know, it's just there, the perfection of it, the movement of it. And you know, nobody's doing anything. You know, the grass grows by itself, the clouds move by themselves, the earth rotates by itself. Everything is in such perfection. You see? And there's no one behind it. Absolutely no one. You see? There's no creator or creation. The it, we can call it God, yes. But it just is. You see? We cannot conceive of it. And when we begin to understand this, and we flow with it, you see, that's the freedom. How does real knowing happen? We can leave that as the last question. Was that?
By giving up the need to know, it seems.
Very good.
To know.
The real knowing happens when you realize there's nothing to know. As long as you think there's something to know, there's the seeking continuing.
So it doesn't happen.
So it won't happen.
It doesn't ever happen.
No.
There's nothing.
Nothing ever happens. You see? And that's knowing. Because nothing ever happens. You just are. You're free. You know? Yeah. Isn't that beautiful? Now some people who have a strong ego, this is scary. They want to achieve something. They want to go someplace. They want to attain something. You see?
Don't tell the bookstore there's nothing to know.
Yeah. 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 But you look at most books, and it's interesting. It's all about processing movements and actions, but it's all part of the play. Well, listen to anybody talking. This is not a judgment, you know, and I'm not being facetious, but listen to anybody talking, and you'll find that either they're talking about themselves, what they're going to be doing, what their goals are, what happened to them, or they're talking about somebody else. This is so redundant, you see. Sometimes, often, I avoid socializing for that purpose, because people have to talk, and then I have to listen. But it's so lovely if we can be silent together. Like just before people started coming, Sylvia and I decided to be silent, not say a word, just be silent together, and it's so beautiful and so warm, and so, you know.
So, when we're self-absorbed, then we'll be thinking that there's something wrong with us or that something needs to be different. So it's over-obsessed with self that will draw us out to buy a book.
Yes.
Because it's still something that needs to unravel.
That's right.
And yet the books are the gift.
Yeah.
Because they play the pieces of the process of the transformation.
Right. Everything is helpful until you're ready to give it up.
And then there's no real reason for any of the books.
There's no real reason for anything.
But still, they have a need because it's a stepping process.
Yes.
But ultimately, we get to the point that, you know, if we give up, you know, self-absorption or self-centeredness or self-esteem or self-control or anything to do with self, once we give up self, then, you know, we've merged.
Right. Not give up self. See that there's never was a self.
Yeah.
Was
give
one.
up the concept.
Yeah.
You know, like become aware that that's all the stuff that...
That's right, yeah.
That's kind of like...
Yeah.
What,
someone said to me, no, if I were to realize all this, what am I going to do with myself? No, but did you hear the redundancy of it? What do I do with myself? There is no self anymore. So you're being acted out.
But isn't that kind of the beauty in the experience? That once self whatever, I don't want to use the word understands, but when the so-called concept of self really doesn't exist, then there's like a whole other realm that opens that one never
That's
experienced.
exactly the point. Now, this is, I'm so glad you brought it out. See, this is the key, that the moment you realize that there is no self, and you realize that there's nothing to know, then another power enters you. The Course in Miracles calls it the Holy Spirit. I think it's very beautiful, because holy means it's whole, and it's spirit. It means it's nothingness. It enters you.